It was a window into the world that we thought was unique and what could be a dry subject. We felt it was a really entertaining and fun way to sort of talk about, something that we feel needs to be talked about.
Kim's story is a really amazing story, and but Robert found a way to do it that wasn't like a biopic, and it was more of this kind of slice of life of what it is to be a war reporter, what it is to be a woman starting a new career late in life, and and also just to smatter on the war without being preachy about the war, which is I think part of the genius of it. Kim starts the movie, kind of disaffected, kind of in the rut of daily life, and gets this opportunity, this odd opportunity to go overseas and take a job in front of the camera, whereas previously she was a producer writing news.
It's really a really interesting character and a flawed character, and it really was a chance for her to spread her wings as an actress. So that's what kind of got us into it. We wanted to see her stretch, and she wanted to stretch, and so that's what got us. The challenge of that and the excitement of seeing her go to the next level potentially was what got us in, I think.
We did a lot of kind of tests and combinations of people and trying things out and seeing who Tina really meshed with. And Martin was her idea. She really loves Martin. She had I think, met him a few times and just kind of felt like there would be good chemistry, and she was right.
She's deeply talented. I mean, she's kind of like take your breath away talented. And she's not hard on the eyes, which is important, I think, because an opposite Tina needs to be intimidated by her appearance. And so we needed someone beautiful. And also, we liked the idea of there being an age difference. That Tina's character, Kim, is getting her life started late. And that Margot sort of represents that, in that Margot's character, Tanya, is sort of where she wanted to be, at that age. Kim comes to Kabul as a woman in a serious relationship. The pressures of the job and the time demands of the job, destroy that relationship pretty quickly. She also meets at the same time the most obnoxious man in Western Asia, and who she despises. Of course, over the course of the film, she falls in love with him, and because he represents to her a worldliness that she desires, and also a kindness and an ability to keep his humanity in this sort of world that robs people of humanity. She relates to it and understands it and kind of admires it, and they kind of quickly, in a very sort of comedic way, fall in love, but then have a really serious relationship. Martin Freeman straddles the line in his career between comedy and drama. I mean, he's always sort of moved sort of freely back and forth between very broad comedy and very serious drama, and that's the kind of people we love. He's very funny and can bring a lot of funny stuff to any scene when we go off book, but he knows when to stop. Colonel Holonek, who actually, of course, the movie becomes General Holonek, is played by Billy Bob Thornton, and he is sort of as we meet him, Kim is going on her first embed, and he is not happy with it. He feels like the embed program is a distraction, and he's trying to fight a war, and this is about publicity, and he doesn't like it. But over the course of the film, this sort of irascible, sort of hard-edged soldier who uses foul language, they become friends, and there's a grudging respect for each other over the course of the film. The Funhouse is a real place that they're called guest houses in Afghanistan, and I think they're in other theaters of war. They're called guest houses. It's for journalists and also contractors, civilians to live in. They're protected kind of fortress compounds in a way. And it's where in a culture that doesn't accept outsiders very openly, this is where they live. And the Funhouse is the one that's the star of the movie. It's the star house of the movie, and it is mainly journalists from different all over the world, and different networks from all over the world. And so it's sort of again, I think the metaphor is a college dorm. Kids from all over the country come to this college and they all land together. And there is that, because it's a high stress environment, and there's a lot of, and also it's a lot of people who are sort of off the chain to a certain extent from their culture and from their their loved ones. There is a party-like sort of atmosphere. I mean, a frat-like atmosphere in many ways.
The military was not only indispensable, they were amazing to work with. They were so good at just consulting on every level. If we had a question about the script, if we had a question about the motivations of characters, how things work, they were really great, and not at all in a censoring way or a self-protective way. They're just like, this is the way it is. This is what happens. They set us up with all sorts of experts.